With Chesapeake Bay gleaming in the distance, we are inside M&T Bank Stadium near the Inner Harbor in Baltimore, Maryland. Coming up, well, we've got what can only be described as a mirror image matchup, as it'll be the Baltimore Ravens and themselves. The ball on the tee, we're set for football. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Jackson looking to throw right away. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. 5 yards on the game's first play, 2nd down.
A gain of 5 brings up second.
Now it's Jackson.
At the 40-yard line.
A short throw caught by Andrews. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And now that sets up 3rd and 2. From the gun, Jackson. He'll try to pick it up himself. It's caught inside the 25. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Jackson. Quick hitch, complete. It's Henry. Short completion, just 4 yards. And that will bring up 2nd down.
And that's all about recognition right there, because he's got to go from pass rush mode to pursuit mode, what defensive line coaches like to call retracing. And he's able to retreat and make the tackle for just a short gain.
This is caught. Touchdown. Lamar Jackson hooking up with Mark Andrews. And the Ravens are on the board first here this afternoon.
For good reason, quarterbacks want to get the ball to the perimeter to their wide receivers for big plays. But in this situation, it felt like, based on coverage, he knew that he wanted his tight end to have the football, and for good reason.
John Harbaugh thought about it, and now his guys are going to go for the 2-point conversion. Jackson going to keep it, and he will get in to make it 8-0. Interesting. I mean, they're putting their foot on the gas here early, going for 2 to go up 8-0.
Well, after that drive, you have to believe that they thought to themselves, if we can do that, what's another 2 yards? Let's go get those and get 2 points as a result.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 26. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That's caught. It's Flowers. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50.
A gain of 24 yards. And the Baltimore first down. 1st and 10.
On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up. From the 47 now, they work with a 2nd and 7. Here's Jackson.
At the Ravens 47.
He's got his man. It's Andrews. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. 22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down. Well, the first drive here and the first time that we've called the big tight end's name, but I can assure you this, Charles, it won't be the last.
No, it won't, because when he gets going, now it opens up opportunities on the perimeter, because that'll draw the defense towards him in the middle of the field. Now your wide receivers will get involved as this game goes on.
Oh, he had a man running free, but he overshot him, and it's incomplete.
Looked like they were set up defensively in a zone coverage, but somehow they found a seam, because that receiver all alone. By rights, that should have been a touchdown, but somehow this ball's overthrown.
Jackson now. Now he's going to step up and run. He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. And Jackson throwing once more. That is caught. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line.
That's another Baltimore first down. First and goal at the 4-yard line.
Here's Jackson to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And the Ravens will take over here at their own 12-yard line. CD, when he went to throw that, I'm not sure if he just didn't see where the defense was, or whatever the case, not the throw you're looking for on first and goal.
Not at all, because, look, let's face it, that close to the goal line, if you throw an interception, is going to hurt on any down. But really, the only down you can kind of live with is if you do it on fourth down. The first three, if you don't have it wide open, just get rid of it. Make sure they can't get it and live to fight another down. First and goal, and you throw the pick, not good at all.
Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Roquan Smith. And he will bring it back to the 4-yard line. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
4-yard line.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. There's Flowers. He's got it. Touchdown, Ravens.
Touchdown, Baltimore.
The 3-yard touchdown pass. And the Ravens have cut the lead back down to 2.
The Ravens will line up for the 2-point conversion.
Jackson here is going to look to throw. And this is caught. So they get the 2 points, and now we're even at 8-8.
Tyler Luke to kick off for Baltimore.
So 8-8 our score now as he'll send this one away. And he will be taken down here as the first quarter of play will come to an end. 8-8 the score after one on EA Sports. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
First down. First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a first and 10 at the 35-yard line. To throw is Jackson. Now he'll tuck this and run. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. To throw again on second down. Jackson. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down. They're going for a receiver there. Already has one touchdown to this first half, a second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored one, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you.
And this is going to be intercepted. And the Ravens are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line.
He exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball. And that one was picked off.
After the interception, here's Jackson. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw in coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
3rd and 5.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Right back to Henry, and Henry's got it again. That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
All tied up, 8 apiece with 2 minutes on the clock. Well, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They'll try and throw for it here.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on or they're trying to show extreme confidence.
Jackson from the shotgun. Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. Kyle Hamilton picks it. And they will finally bring this run back to an end, but not before he's down inside the 5-yard line at the 4.
So that changes things. You get the interception, and then to boot, a good return tacked on.
And really, it was down to him versus the quarterback on the return, and that's one you would think the defender would win. But a nice job there of seeing the play all the way to the end and making the tackle by the QB.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Ravens have taken the lead.
This defense, so many things to worry about in the red zone area, but you'd have to almost think that Lamar Jackson running the football, that might be number 1.
It should be number 1, and in this portion of the field where things shrink a little bit because the receivers can't run past anyone because they'll run out of real estate, you should have all eyes on Lamar Jackson when the ball is snapped and try and keep him back in the pocket.
Yeah, I don't think that they were surprised he was running it there. They just couldn't stop him, and he ends up in the end zone.
It's complete. They'll split the difference, and they're right where they would have been with 2 PATs. They got the 2-point conversion the first time. They failed there.
Interesting, isn't it? Because the first time you go after your first score, that feels like a gamble. The second time when they tried it again, that felt like, what the heck, right? Because, as you said, even if you miss it, you split the difference, and you're right on schedule at 14 points.
And they're on 35-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Jackson. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
Second and 10.
35-yard line.
Now Jackson. That one into the hands of Flowers. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
A shotgun handoff to Mitchell. And he's got room. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way touchdown. A great effort there. 45 yards. And the Ravens are an extra point away now from moving out in front. Jackson and the Ravens still on the field. They'll go for 2.
The Ravens will line up for the 2-point conversion.
Yeah. Hey. Middle. 13.
They'll try and throw for it. And that is caught for the 2 points. So 2 successful 2-point tries now for them.
And you know what it does? It gives you a boost, a huge one for your team because, hey, you're dominating them now. They can't stop you either scoring touchdowns or 2-point conversions. But how about the defense? You don't know what to do at this stage. You can't stop them in any direction.
And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll bring up second down. A few moving pieces on that play because that was an RPO, was it not?
It was, but one important piece that didn't move incorrectly, the offensive line. Because when you're running this play, as he continued down the line of scrimmage, sometimes the lineman can wander downfield. If you're more than a yard downfield, it's illegal to throw the football at that point. But they held their ground, held their spot, and turned it into a nice game.
They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. Again, Jackson. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Jackson. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Sacked on the corner blitz by Marlon Humphrey.
So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both of these offenses having their way so far. So maybe the question isn't who's going to score the most points in this game. Maybe it's who's going to get some stops.
Yeah, absolutely. And that sack, finally a first step in the right direction for a stop. And how about this right out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. The Ravens ready to receive it. And they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators, they sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? And I'll guarantee he's been selling this one. We can get it, coach, we can get it. And that came together with that sense of urgency you talked about.
Over the middle, complete. That's Hopkins. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down.
That's good for a Baltimore first down. First and 10 at the 26.
Up the middle, here's Mitchell. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's second down.
At the 23-yard
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
Oh, for the third time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Picked off by Roquan Smith. And the Ravens are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. A short throw caught by Andrews. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that's going to bring up second down. Throwing is Jackson. And this complete to Henry over the middle. From the 32 now. Here's first and 10.
Baltimore, first down. First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Now it's Jackson.
Oh, for the third time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. The one side gets an interception, but their defense comes on the field and picks him right back up by getting a pick of their own.
And I think you saw the same thing that I did, Brandon. As he ran off the field after making that play, we saw his quarterback seek him out and offer a personal thank you to bail him out a little bit as the offense takes the field again.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson hooking up with Mark Andrews. And the Ravens are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So they get their tight end away from the line to the outside, and he works his way in for 6.
Tight ends are not just blockers anymore. I don't know how many more times we need examples, but here's a great one. Gets to the outside, they give him the ball pretty quickly, and they trust him to get those extra yards, and boy, did he come through, bowling his way into the end zone after the nice catch.
They're going to try and run. And they are 3 for 3 on 2-point conversions as he is into the end zone for the score.
Now after the touchdown, Loop back out to kick this one away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're down now 24-14. Work to do as they come up on a first and 10.
They're looking deep here for Flowers.
And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
Going deep for Hopkins.
Yeah, this one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football. Nearly a 4th pick of the ball game.
But when the running game's not working, sometimes you just got to take a few more chances down the field. That's a good effort, but it winds up incomplete.
They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. On third down, he'll drop to throw.
Looking for Bateman. He's got him complete.
And he's going to be taken down right at the line. So they'll get nothing out of that play. And it'll be 4th down.
It's 4th down.
They'll indeed go for it with Jackson. That's going deep for Bateman. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Jackson's pass.
Picked off by Malachi.